This week on Checkpoint, why does this company have so many hot under the collar?
They're putting up a front that they are a legal service.
They are destroying lives and they don't care how they do it.
So why are you running a scam and not paying people their money?
Set up a proper appointment and let's sit down properly.
We tried to set up a proper appointment, sir. Can you give us an answer?
Please, leave my car. This is Checkpoint, and I'm Nkepile Mabuse. It's called Labor Law Services and has employees believing it can help them get payment from employers after unfair dismissal. That's partly true, except for the payment part. Carla Hermanson and cameramen Tsepo Dlamini and Ashley Market investigate a company that has many unhappy clients.
Theo Mkololo lives with his widowed mother Ivy in Sebokeng in the Vaal. He's an interior designer, but went through a bad patch last year, losing his job when his company downscaled. He sought help to get compensation from his former employer.
On the internet, as I was scrolling, Labor Law Success, Labor Law Services came up. And I was like, okay, cool. And I saw CCMA, and I know exactly what the CCMA does. And I just took like a shot, like a lucky shot, like, oh, as if someone will answer. So I typed my situation and I sent it through to their website. Website looks absolutely legit. Like you see the people standing there, all the lawyers lined up.
But if you do an image search, the picture Labor Law Services, or LLS, uses on its website is actually of a law firm in San Francisco, USA. LLS, which also goes by the name Retrenchment Assist, is a South African company that deals with labour issues. But the word law, written in big letters on its website, appears to be an effort to come across as a legal firm. If they were lawyers, they'd be registered with the Law Society, which protects South Africans against unprofessional conduct. Theo didn't know this and went to see LLS. A consultant explained the process to him.
She explained what's going to happen from that point forth. I'm going to then give my side of the story to the CCMA, and someone from the company will give their side to the CCMA and all of that.
Theo signed a contract with LLS, or LLA. They would take up to 45% of whatever the CCMA decided the payout should be. In South Africa, registered lawyers may not take more than 25%. But Theo went along with 45% as the maximum LLS could take from his payout. LLS never went to the CCMA, instead negotiating directly with his former employer.
Literally 2 days before the date, they call, listen here, your company has decided they don't want to go through all of this, they're just going to settle.
In July last year, Theo's old company deposited 13,000 Rand into LLS's bank account. But LLS didn't pay Theo his share. He phoned them.
From there on, things just went like roller coaster down and up and down, and people not being available, people being available but not giving you any information.
During this time, Theo's grandmother died. He wanted the 7,000 Rand he was owed to contribute towards her funeral.
We're talking about a woman who raised me. So me not being able to give her the send-off, that I would have wanted to, that also like did not sit well with me. My contribution basically was just me being there.
Theo began keeping a diary of his attempts to contact LLS. He went to the company's offices. They assured him they'd be paying him soon.
So they give me a date, it was somewhere in November, where the money was going to be paid in. November comes, that date comes, the money doesn't clear. I wait a day, I call. A oh, sorry, there must be a glitch. They're just checking it out. They give me another date, closer to December now. That date comes, it clears, I call, they closed because it was the December holidays. January, as soon as I come back, I'm on their backs again. I'm calling, I'm like, listen here, 2 dates have now passed. I have not received my money. What is going on? Like, do you want me to come here and cause havoc? Because I even made a joke to my mom. I said, I'm going to get a lot of snakes in a bag and I'm going to release them in their offices and close their offices until they pay me.
Theo has concluded that LLS is a scam.
They're putting up a front that they are a legal service, a legal law service, helping people who have labor issues. They are the jackal in the chicken's coop. They're just eating, left, right, and center.
He isn't alone. Dikotsi Molefe is waiting for his payout from LLS so he can do house repairs. He'd approached LLS last year when his contract was cut short by his employer.
I assumed they were lawyers because they said they will represent me legally. They do that, it's their job, and that's why I went to them. That's how they advertise themselves. I went there, we sat down, I met this lady of theirs, and then we laid out all the terms, and then they wanted to take 33% from the outcome. And I said, no, that's too much. Then we brought it down to 25, which ultimately was what I agreed on.
Dikotsi has read and reread the emails between himself and LLS. Again, the CCMA was bypassed. In October last year, LLS reached an out-of-CCMA settlement with Dikotsi's former employer. He was awarded just under 200,000 rand. The money was paid directly to LLS in 3 installments over 3 months. Dikotsi waited for his 75%.
I need the money. I need to make payments. I need to pay school fees. I need to pay the bonds. I need to pay my car. I need to, all the ordinary things that people normally do with their salaries. And I couldn't stay that long without an income.
Then LLS paid him, but only 20,000 rand.
That was not the agreement. I just wanted all my money. They made that, and then they said, no, we'll do this because we understand your situation and all that. But I said, why do you understand my situation? You just have to pay me my money.
He's still waiting. In January, he was told payment would be made in early March. It's now the end of March, and there's been nothing.
They are destroying lives. They are destroying lives, and they don't care about how they do it. As long as they're doing it, and they're going to keep on doing it unless somebody stops them.
After the break, former LLS consultants speak out.
1 or 2 clients have come with guns.
With guns?
Yes.
Palesa, not her real name, once worked at Labour Law Services. It was 2016 and she'd recently graduated with a law degree. She recalls the sales pitch LLS used to tempt clients.
I think the no win, no pay tagline attracted people to the company. So basically the whole thing of if you win something, at least you're going to get something. And we're here to help you, basically, because you're a disgruntled employee. You're in a position whereas a lot of people, they had debts, they had liabilities, they are mothers, fathers, and they're thinking about, I'm put in a situation where I need help. And here's somebody or here's people who are willing to help me, then I should try it.
Palesa lasted less than a month at LLS. On her second day on the job, she realized something was wrong.
I got a call of somebody complaining, saying that they have gone to the CCMA, a settlement was reached with the employer, and she got X amount of months, and she knows how much money she got paid. Why hasn't her money been paid?
The boss will keep all of it. He will never even explain to anyone why is he keeping all of it. Out-of-court settlement was the key thing that we were working for, because when the matter is resolved out-of-court settlement, we send the former employer our banking details, the company's banking details, not the client's banking details, which means we have more power and more in out-of-court settlement than when the client goes to the CCMA.
Vuyo, not his real name, also worked at LLS. He stayed longer than Palesa, a year and a half. One of the company directors goes by the name of Tsepiso or Harry Hlapi.
He's filthy rich. He has a lot of cars. I would say in a week he exchanges 3-4 cars.
We established that Harry Hlapi lives in upmarket Dainfern, north of Johannesburg. Vuyo did some research and found many complaints on consumer website hellopeter.com. Some called LLS pathetic and dishonest. Others said that they steal your money. Vuyo says when LLS staff raised issues of clients not being paid, they were given short shrift by Harry Hlapi.
Sometimes you would even answer rudely and say, okay, if you want me guys to pay out these clients, these complaining clients, then it means that I won't be able to pay you guys month end. So sometimes we were forced to lie to these clients.
These lies meant that people like Nwabisa Letuli were also duped. She turned to LLS for help when she was fired last year. This time, LLS did go the CCMA route, and Nwabisa's former employer agreed to pay her 24,500 rand. But again, the money went into LLS's bank account. For months, Nwabisa struggled to get her payout from LLS, or retrenchment assist, until she received unexpected help.
Just one Saturday morning, I just got a WhatsApp and he told me, actually, this is the ex-employee I used to speak to frequently, and I used to work at Retrenchment Assist. I don't longer work there anymore, but this is what's happening and I know they owe you money, so let me try help you.
The ex-employee was Vuyo. He'd left LLS and taken with him the phone numbers of some disgruntled clients. He began coaching Nwabisa via WhatsApp. He told her, "You need to use threats for something to happen."
Some clients have come there shouting or to block at the reception incoming clients. Or sometimes 1 or 2 clients have come with guns.
With guns?
Yes.
Sure, what do they do with the guns?
They just show that they have the guns. And for those clients, surely their payouts will be made within the end day.
Vuyo gave Nwabisa information on his former colleagues. Accompanied by 2 friends, she went to LLS and confronted the co-owner, Vuwani Magidi.
We were speaking like in each other's faces, like it was really bad, but then there was a door between us. So he was trying to slam the door like against me, and I was trying to push back. But eventually I was asked to leave the boardroom.
One of the friends who accompanied Nwabisa was an off-duty policeman.
Eventually he did take out his badge and show them that actually I'm a cop, so you guys need to start talking.
Rattled, LLS made a hasty payment, but she was expecting more. To appease her, Magidi scribbled a letter promising further payment.
I don't understand why I need to negotiate money that's mine. So now that you do have the money, I've been running around after you for the past 4 months. When I'm eventually here now, we need to start negotiating. I just didn't understand. I just said, let's just leave it, don't pay me. But when I do come back, you are going to pay me my full amount. They're criminals. They are criminals. Dressed in suits.
The CCMA, which generally resolves disputes between employers and employees, says LLS isn't breaking the law.
But in each and every service, there's a gap. Someone is bound to find a gap and exploit it, and this is what they're doing.
The CCMA's legal head, Rebecca Muketsi, says they have no jurisdiction over LLS, and if clients are defrauded, they should report to the police. Vuyo says LLS has another office a few doors from the CCMA in Fox Street in the Joburg CBD.
They wanted to pull out the people that are going directly to the CCMA because it's next to the CCMA offices. So if they see that people are passing through, whoever is working inside labor law goes out and pulls in the client.
The CCMA warns consumers against companies that charge for services.
This CCMA services are free. These are our processes. This is how you approach us. You do not need to go and get assistance outside. You do not, and beware that such things exist.
When we return, on the hunt for Harry Hlapi.
Set up a proper appointment and let's sit down properly.
We tried to set up a proper appointment, sir. Sir.
IRS Forensic Investigations, who investigate financial crimes, have had labour law services on their radar since 2014. They receive 3 to 4 complaints about LLS every week, they say. Investigator Enoch Masingi says what makes LLS an effective scam is that it's contract-based.
The new thing in the scams is the contract.
And he says using multiple company names is a classic scam tactic.
What you do, you just change the name and change your emails and everything, and then it's a new company. And then people will mention, okay, there was this company was doing the same thing that you guys are doing. I was like, yeah, those guys have been shut down. We, the good guys. And then they believe you. People fall for it.
He says the contracts consumers sign put the police off investigating such cases.
Normally, the SAPS, once there's an agreement between the company and the client, they normally rule that case civil because of the agreement in writing. They say the client just gave them a right to act on their behalf. They can't do anything. It's not criminal. There's no criminal element in the case just because of a contract.
Despite this, IRS has helped clients get their money back. Their tactic has been to confront LLS with a letter from the Law Society revealing that it isn't registered as a firm of attorneys. But this hasn't made LLS disappear. Checkpoint approached LLS director Harry Hlapi for an interview. He didn't respond, so we went to LLS's Rivonia headquarters to track him down. We spotted his Mercedes parked outside and waited for him to emerge.
So why are you running a scam and not paying people their money?
Set up a proper appointment and let's sit down properly.
We tried to set up a proper appointment, sir. Sir, we tried to set up a proper appointment. He's locked.
Next, we approached co-owner Vuwani Magidi. He didn't want to talk to us either.
Sorry, we would just like a word with you. We'd like to ask why Labour Law Services is stealing people's money.
Yes, leave my door.
Sir? Sir, why are you stealing people's money?
Leave my door, please.
Can you give us an answer?
Please, please, please. Leave my car.
We decided to take up Harry's suggestion that we make another appointment. An A4 sign prompts clients to walk upstairs to find Labour Law Services.
Hi, how are you? We're just here to set up an a consultation with Mr. Hlapi. He mentioned that we could set up an appointment.
When the receptionist returned, we were shown to a boardroom.
Oh, thanks so much. He's going to come meet us?
About 10 minutes later, a man who identified himself as James arrived.
So we're just here to set up an appointment with Mr. Hlapi.
Okay.
We met him downstairs in the parking lots, and he mentioned that the right way to go about things would be to try and set up an appointment. I had previously emailed him to ask for an official interview request.
Okay, to which email?
Tsepiso.com.
Are you recording me or what?
Yes, I'm recording the session, unfortunately.
But I thought you should have requested me.
We requested Mr. Hlapi.
Because I'm not Mr. Hlapi. So
it's not our fault that they sent you not Mr. Hlapi. So we're sitting here waiting for Mr. Hlapi. We asked the reception lady for Mr. Hlapi.
Okay.
What is your role in the business?
Sorry. You rather talk to Mr. Hlapi about that. Not
Sure, we're happy to talk to him. That's why we're here.
Yeah, so let us try to find him. If you can talk to him, not to me.
Okay, we know that he's here because we just saw him in the parking lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just in like now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can take a seat.
Sure.
After more sitting around, we went to look for Harry again. The office, which had been staffed when we arrived, was deserted, and it wasn't lunchtime. But the silent receptionist was still there.
Hi, sorry to bother you. We're just wondering if Mr. Slappy is still coming to meet with us. We met with James and he was going to try find him, but it's been 20 minutes. Okay, thanks.
That was the last we saw of her. The LLS office is sparse, with only 2 chairs at reception, no filing cabinets and no computers, except for this locked-down laptop. But a consultation register shows that business is booming, with many new clients visiting daily. But not today. Consulting rooms were unoccupied. Clients had left after checkpoint arrived. Eventually, we heard LLS consultants whispering behind a locked door. A peek outside showed that Harry's Mercedes was gone. Then staff beat a hasty retreat via a back exit. We left Harry, who wasn't answering his cell phone, a voicemail.
After the tone, and then press the hash key.
Hi, Mr. Slappy. It's Kyla again from ENCA. I'm not entirely sure what's going on because we've noticed that your car has left. So we would really like some clarification, and we have quite a number of allegations to put to you, and we would like you to be able to give your side of the story.
Over the next week, we exchanged a number of emails with Harry, but he wouldn't commit to an interview. At his request, we sent him the names of dissatisfied clients, Theo, Dikotsi, and Nwabisa. Last week, after months of waiting, Nwabisa and Theo were paid by LLS. Dikotsi, still owed more than 100,000 rand, was not. Theo, who now works part-time as an interior design consultant, has mixed feelings.
Seeing that all of this started around about this time last year, the calls, the emails, the having to physically go to their premises and trying to get answers from them, and it took me having to contact you guys and taking this drastic move for them to budge and to finally pay what is rightfully mine. And just like that, the money is in, and a measly little, oh, we're so sorry about the long period you had to wait. No explanation, nothing. So in all honesty, I would want a public apology from them. But my public apology will be when they close their doors forever.
That's all from us this week. Please do give us your feedback. Our Twitter handle is @checkpoint_ENCA and our email address checkpoint@enca.com. Thanks for watching. I'm Ngepile Mabuse.